So we had a chat last time about the new season that's coming, and in that season, someone mentioned that they would have a really like to have a look at the star players, and I just couldn't resist the temptation, and hence we gotta have to talk about those star players, Galentio. I hope you're still with us here.
Uh, Now I'm less with you because you have to talk about the absolutely great job that Games Workshop did.
so, so fair warning. Phil is usually, let's call it the positive one, and I will try to see if we can still stay clear of tail spinning into, let's call it a shit show of bantering on Games Workshop. But I think especially with the subject at hand, there is a, let's call it a great potential to say the least, that there's not going to be much positive in that. I am just trying to find a link for the
Like
stop
I
players.
would like I'll try to be more positive, but I'll just say there's a bunch of stars that they clearly didn't play test them enough. Like it's clear that for anyone that picks up that star, that they can find like a bunch of corner cases that almost break the rules
Yeah,
of the
I,
actual game. Like it's crazy.
I'm finding a lot of other stuff than the link to the stop players, which I think is annoying. Hear me?
Do you think, Galentio, that as you're going through this, that it's going to be game breaking to the point where people will be seriously reducing TV in perpetual leagues in order to try and fit in some of these star players?
Depends on which. If no star players are banned, probably. Like for example, Reaper, average star player in Blood Bowl 2020, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is now a troll that can, on a 4 plus, bullseye your cage, and he has a reroll because of his star player skill. So he can just pick a goblin, throw it at your cage, and you don't have a cage anymore.
Yeah.
Every turn.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we talk about Deep Root, that one becomes a 3 plus at certain, like if it's a quick pass, is a 3 plus. Bullseye.
Yeah,
So you
that's
just toss Halflings into the cage, and most of the times it will work.
yeah, and especially for
Like
stunties, like they're going to be able to fit those players in as well.
They do get a lot of, let's call it, star player points no, not star player, gold to fiddle
and
around with, right?
Yeah.
but the ultimate, I'm gonna stop like complaining, but the meme one that everyone laughed at was Grak, the one that actually broke the rules of the game, and there's still there's like 2 or 3 FAQs just for him waiting, because you can technically never drop the halfling in this in a special condition.
Can
Like
you
you can
explain?
pick up the halfling and no have no spot to put him down after. So technically the halfling stays on him, and the ball stays out of the game.
Of
Wow,
course.
that's
And
Like you can use Grak to pick Gumbleberry that has the ball, go to a spot where you can't drop him off into a free square, and the ball is out of the game. And that's a thing that's not been explained or FAQ'd or anything.
no,
yeah,
I
that
think
seems pretty game breaking.
yeah, I think that this is a typical Games Workshop issue, I find, which is like, I get that it's a lot of work to release this much stuff at one go, and I get why the focus is on the rosters and the core rule books, which it should. But then I'm thinking, why wouldn't you then just go like, so we're gonna wait a little bit with the star players, or we're gonna price them deliberately a little bit high, and then we're gonna announce that we're gonna wait with a, let's call it, rebalance of their cost when we have sort of seen how bad it is.
I think we should just go by alphabetical order.
So let's start from the
Just so
top.
we don't focus on the most egregious ones right away.
So let's start with the Acorn, the squirrel. A certain I really love the star player. I think it's hilarious. I think it's I think I would almost like to see him become a little bit cheaper and just be something you could do at all points. But
If it was even cheaper, everyone would
he would need to be
would take him.
like loose movement or loose frenzy or like it has to be compensated. It shouldn't be just be giving it for free. Like
No jump up. Like he has no sense having jump up, I guess.
no.
Because if he gets hit, he's probably gonna die.
Well, there's a really good chance that he will get stunned at least, right? Like you need to roll what 5 or less with 2 dice, which is not a common occurrence.
Yeah, it's both Tastanti and Tichi, so yeah.
Yeah. Though it is still with the special rule, right? Like he has a good chance that he will do some damage. I still think he's a more of a funny
He's a
meme
meme star.
than he is a issue.
But I've had games that were haha, you picked Acorn. Oh crap, he picked Acorn.
Oh yeah.
He just can 2+ cage dive me every run turn.
Oh yeah, and I
And just
also
hope for the best.
I do like it also, but because what it does is like because he plays for any team, you can technically have claw access to any team, which does help in a I think for game wise balancing point of view, where
It's a movement 7 snotling. You can get crazy surfs with him, just 2+ toiting into stuff.
crazy serves, 1 turn touchdowns you can do by filling in
Even a
squares.
sidestep.
Yeah,
Even a sidestep, so he can't be surfed back.
no. So I think he's a great utility sort of star player more than he's a one-trick pony, and I sort of like that. I like that his pricing makes him possible to get in many cases, but not in most, I would say, right? But yeah. Then there is
I don't think there's much more to say. It's a bit scary for high armor teams also.
definitely. Then there is Plaque, or however you want to pronounce
Panky.
Panky. I think I will adopt that name. He seems to be more or less exactly like he used to be, which
Yeah, not much changed, I think. I think his start play skills changed. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't no, I don't. I don't know, it's literally the same. It's literally the same.
yeah.
He's a star player that's good when you have 1 less Saurus and a lot more
Yeah,
TP down.
and fairly priced. Like I think for a star player, this seems to be for me a more right price for star players. I think that some star players suffer from being overpriced or underpriced, but
He's a
I think
very consistent run of the mill Saurus. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
he got more movement, or am
yeah. I think you
I?
got a more movement, which is I find
I think,
really interesting.
yeah, I think it was 6 movement.
Yeah, but the funny thing that I find is sort of interesting is for like comparison to the let's call it usability of niche in the squirrel, right? Like this is a solid like choice. It's like picking Salk. It's probably not going to win you the game, but it's probably not going to cost you the game either.
Yeah, it's the safe shot. It's the kind of star player you take to your parents' home to
yeah.
present. Like safe choice, nothing controversial about him, but he's also not crazy powerful.
So being I think the most dwarf player here, LittleWing. What do you think of this guy? Would you ever pick this? Have we lost LittleWing?
Yeah, I think we lost LittleWing.
No, I'm here. Sorry, guys. I was muted on my I was muted on my headphones.
Oh,
Couldn't work out.
technology.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it.
I think
mean,
you're forgetting
Barracks.
secure the ball.
Yes, potentially.
So the thing that
Potentially.
the thing that really always put me off. I know the price would of course have to be adjusted, but get rid of that secret weapon stuff. Like make him a valuable option. You need to stop making him secret weapon. I'm not paying 80K
Yeah.
for bringing this on the field once.
Yeah.
Well, they have cheap bribes now.
Okay, that helps, but like even if I have to buy like one bribe, that's 130, and then it's not
But
guaranteed that
there's
he will
like
be there.
it doesn't have the flair of the other secret weapons. That I agree.
No,
It doesn't have any particular special skill
also because
that would
I
make
think the whole special secret weapons skill rule is a bit weird because on one hand it's like, oh, stab you can have it, it's not a secret weapon, and there's other stuff where it's like this should clearly be a secret weapon, but it's not because it doesn't fit with how the game balanced, and that's in a way sort of fine. But then why?
I would
Yeah.
like I would accept if he was a kind of bombardier. He has a bazooka.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I would almost have loved to have him be a bombardier, but like he only hits on 5+, but you can more or
Or
less
he can only do long
yeah
passes or long bombs with it because he has a bazooka.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be actually a much more interesting a way of having him being like almost like a mortar, like long range, random hitting, really unstable, but you could do some crazy stuff with, and it'd be more like a meme sort of thing. I think the problem with for me has always been like it just seems like a really weird space to be in, that you have a thrower which is a one drive only player.
Yeah.
Then you need to have a really competitive price because then I'm buying something really edge cage here, which I think is fine. Like have an edge cage player, but then it should be priced accordingly. And as much as they have kept reducing his price and kept giving him more stuff, I still don't think we're there yet.
Yeah, no, it's too niche to take, isn't it, for 80?
Also because like you're gonna have to pick up the ball on a 4+ with a reroll. Welcome. That sounds appealing to me. Well, at least you can secure the ball now.
Yeah, you can secure the ball, and with Hail Mary, it doesn't make much difference. But then you've got to get dwarfs down the pitch. I mean, that's the other problem, isn't it? So,
oh yeah. The funny thing is also like I like the fact that he has sure hands, right? So it actually means that even though he has a special skill and everything, he's still better off not using it and just trying to.
I think some aspects of that list are not right. I think J-Leave's document is better for star players. Like there's several stuff that's not in that document that's on J-Leave's one.
If you
Because
can,
Fair Blast has Fair Blast cannot play for Halflings anymore, for example.
oh, can you? No, this is also the old
Yeah.
data. If do you have the link for the other one? Because
I put it on Discord. Just to look for the star player section. You need to like search,
yeah, let's give me a second here.
like text search for star players. Because Zanky Panky has Unsteady, for example.
Star players. Oh god damn it!
Plural.
Of course, that's going to be listed. There we go. No, that's skills.
No, one more to the top. You missed it by one to the top. More.
There we go.
Yeah, there.
Cool.
Like.
So, star players, if we go from the top, Acorn, same price as the other. Yeah. He has gone unsteady.
Unsteady.
Well,
Yeah.
it's sort of sense that he got that because they didn't, the other source did. Shouldn't have got Jonock, maybe. No, not sure. I don't think it really matters. Like you didn't used to pick up the ball with him anyway in the old rules, right? Like, so it's not gonna be a new.
But it would be kind of too good if he could secure the ball.
Yeah. No. It makes sense that he has it, but I don't think his value as a star player of whether you're gonna get him or not would ever hinge on that. Like the fact that you're losing that he can't do that, I don't think matters at the end of the day.
There's certain matchups where where Lizardmen do really struggle having a strength 2 ball carry.
Oh yeah. But you can like unsteady just mean you can't use the secure ball rule. You can still try on a 5+, of course, right?
Yeah.
So as much as you're probably not going to do that 5+, you can still do that as in the old rules. So he has not gained anything that he would otherwise have gained if he didn't have the unsteady rule. So I think that's balancing wise. He loses actions to halflings. Wow.
Yeah, and now the star player skill is for every Almeri pass, not just one per game.
No, but
Which doesn't make much of a difference, but
no,
that's the thing.
I'd rather actually have them that like what is that the big fanatic rat ogre thingy magic star player? I can't remember his name, but like he has like he'll automatically
Culture.
yeah have that same ability. Like he will automatically pass the first architect call or whatever that he works so you can get to use them twice. Like at least if you could use them twice, I was like, okay, 80k, use them twice. Like I can see a potential in that. Maybe make him 90k for that or something. But as he
I
is,
don't think anyone will pick Varg, but yeah.
no. Which I think is sort of a shame. Then we have Vomit Flash.
Yeah, another player that no one will pick probably.
How did he become human anyway?
He was a human once.
I think that's the most polite way of interpreting that. But yeah, sure. He got Lone Fowler, and why
Yeah.
would I care? Once per half.
Well, it's basically a foul with Mighty Blow where you can re-roll the armor. So, but it's a very expensive piece to foul with.
Yeah.
From my point of view, it's sort of like at least you moved him in the right direction. You made him more competitive. You haven't made him enough competitive for his price, but at least you moved him in the right direction. Like this is twice as often as in the past, right? What it was only once, right, in the old. This is once per half. That's twice as many times. And Lone
I think it
Faller.
was once per game.
Yeah. So in that sense, you slightly better. Don't think it's enough.
It's the biggest strength is still being strength 5 and foul appearance.
He's still going to be a. If you need some more, let's call it attrition's soaking ability on your lineup, yeah, he's still gonna be a valid option, right?
He's a 5th bloater,
Yeah, he's a.
And bloaters are not getting any more fun this
Oh no!
roster.
God damn it! Nago's gonna be so much. Keep it light. Let's keep it light.
Now we go to the vampires, but better.
Boa Constrictor, Snake Man, 180k. Dutch Fent.
Got cheaper also.
Yeah, well, since Subnautic Gaze now only works on a 3+.
No, it works on a 2+ for the Boa Constrictor.
Oh my
god. The
God.
Starplay skill makes it like it's once per game, but once per game it has 2+ Ks. I think it's in range. It doesn't even need to be once per game.
Marking of a player.
Oh no, it's the 2+ triple. Okay. It's still a 3+.
But it's also like
it's a strip ball with possession. Yeah, it's a pick, isn't it?
Yeah, but the big ask that you need for this is I know that you got sidestep, but you need to be marking at the start of your activation. Yeah. That means that you're starting your turn.
You can chain push the ball carrier.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, but you still what? Yeah. So you push him to the constrictor. Yeah. Because it's not the start of your turn; it's the start of his activation. If you just delay that, yeah, it's actually like 100k. I can get the black for 10 more.
It's still I think it was banned in most of the.
I think.
No. Okay.
I think
Um,
I think
I think
it's gonna be edge cage because you're competing with, as far as I remember, there's also the Stabby Twins skinks, right? And you are competing with this. That's your
this is
alternative.
one of the the cases where uh, the changes to case actually buff this star player because it can just go like into the meat of it, sidestep all around, but still 3+ case anything,
Yeah.
even if it's like surrounded by other players. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
you can
thing.
if you actually have him ending up sitting like on the cage corner, you can then push the corner so that he gets pushed into the cage. So but the thing that still concerns me, if I was to field him right, like you get something like similar to a human stat wise, you get dodge and fend, sidestep, but I'm still paying 80k. I'm not getting another Saurus, and I'm not getting two skinks. That
Yeah, it's a very niche. Probably
niche.
better on Amazons.
Yeah,
Probably better on Amazons than lizards.
yeah, I
But
think.
Amazons also get Anky Panky, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think again, like it's I don't think it's a bad choice, and I think for a lot of other teams, if it wasn't restricted to that,
If,
would probably want to take him, but because
if
it's just
if it's against a team that you have a very hard time stealing the ball, like Nurgle or
true,
uh,
true.
Chaos, or like very strength heavy teams, Ball Constrictor might be the answer to like
But would you go the
unblock
hanky panky way
the
and
cage.
just soaking up? Well, I think there's education for it. I don't think it's broken.
It's still also a a decent ball carrier.
Yeah,
Secure the ball, movement 6, strength 3, dodge.
and yeah,
For Amazons, that's not bad.
no,
It's probably better than the thrower. So it has its cases. It's as
I
very
would
it's niche, still
yeah.
niche.
I think it's definitely something people would pick from time to time, but I don't think it's going to be a regular thing. If that makes total sense. Like I think it will see usage, but I don't think it will be domineering. Also, talking about domineering, Dribble's not now being 80k, but as far as I can see, exactly the same, but just being 80k.
I still think he's a megastar. And why is Cindy 100k and Dribble's not 80 also?
I think in all fairness, these two costs should be swapped.
Yeah.
If
Like
those two costs,
this was the season of not making Ox too angry about the changes to their teams. So they're just like, we can't make Dribbles not be 100k. They will get even more angry. But
Yeah.
it's still a mega star to me, especially in tournaments. Especially in tournaments, still a
so
mega
going
star.
back to this KV bashing that we love so much, I think there's a lot of appeasing going on towards all players, which I sort of dislike. And I would almost argue that I would have rather seen orcs keep their 4 blitzes, the 4 black orcs, and not have gotten all the other stuff that they got.
Yeah, there's a lot of like passive buffs to them.
Yeah,
across the rule set.
And orcs needed to be power level wise taking a small step down, just like dark elves. Not a huge, but they needed to be reduced a little bit. But yeah,
like that, but there's nothing new to say about him. Just the costing, but I think it's still too good for what he does, especially the star player skill also.
You gonna say something, LittleWing?
I was just going to say, I mean, Galentio and I had a bit of a moan after season 53. I don't know whether you remember about the Bombers. They're so game-breaking and unique. I get mixed feelings about them. If you've got the money to get one, you're happy. But yeah, I don't know. That 80k seems wrong if Cindy goes up to 100. It should be equal.
So I think my bigger problem with them was always I'd rather have kept them at 50k and killed their accuracy, because the accuracy would have made them much more of a gamble to bring for your own team too. And I think that
true.
would, but if we're not going to do that, then definitely the need to come up in price and Cindy is just not as good as Bumble Dribble's not, because first of all, you can just just purely why Cindy has less movement.
Even stat wise,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
has less
especially
movement. It's Halfling.
and it's less armor. It is a worse special rule. So kindly someone explain to me why that is not cheaper.
Yeah.
Like we're back to this Foblarumsky issue again. Like I can quite literally make a 1-to-1 comparison here. Like it's harder to compare the boa constrictor to Hanky Panky, right? Because they work on very different levels and have very different functions. But these have such similar function that they should be comparably 1-to-1. And then when I look at, I get worse stats, and I get a worse special rule, and somehow I'm still more expensive. No, these two should be the other way around. That would be.
And I don't even think the accurate nerfs it if you made them less accurate, because it's that sort of piece where it's the threat of a successful bomb that modifies the other player's positioning and movement. It's the threat of it. A bit like having a wizard in your pocket every turn.
But here's the thing, and then this goes to a much deeper, more philosophical point of view of how you want to play the game. I think that is much needed. I think there is too many people who use caging as a clutch, and they just plow up the field. I take my Nurgle team as a good example. You cage up and you just move up the middle of the road, and there's no way to counter it, basically. And it's really boring way to play the game. Whereas if the second there's a bomb on the field, that clutch sort of gets challenged, and I really like that. Whether it's a bomber or a wizard, it's sort of like you can't rely on that anymore. You need to think outside the box, or just not pick the stupid simple way of playing the game every time. I like that, but it needs to be balanced, and that's the problem I had with it. Because the problem with the accurate thing is, especially when you're also giving them compared to a normal bomb throw from a goblin team, which only has a passing of 4+. So not only did you give it one more to hit, you also gave it accurate and a lot of other stuff. And it used to be compared to 40k to 50. And now, of course, it's twice as expensive. Fair enough. But I'm like, the fact that I'm going from hitting on a 4+ to a 2+, that's ridiculous. That's just so much better. And that's ignoring all the other perks.
And there's no wildly inaccurate now, so you can always opt for a 2+. It's inaccurate, but it still goes.
Oh yeah, and that's what I mean. Like I really think it would have been, if I would rather have seen them say it something like I think like 70k, maybe 80k still, and lose the accuracy, and then have this one at maybe 60 or 70 and lose the accurate. Because it also means, like, yes, I can bring them. I can force you to think outside of the box, but I also don't get a safe option that I can just carpet bomb you with every turn. Because that's sort of the problem. I at least this is how I use them when I get to use one of these two. I use them to more or less bomb like 3 or 4 players lying on the ground every turn. Because you get so much attrition from that. And if my opponent don't know...
As undead, they just bomb the mummies. The mummies can't run away from the range, so
yeah,
they just.
But
I've neutralized by a 50k cost.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Galentio, that's I took Cindy in our game in the last game of the season, didn't I? And I just tied up your mummies with her for the whole half.
And I think that is the downside, right? Like that there needs to be more of a gamble, like or even like something outrageous, like saying, well, they only got 3 bombs. Now it's a question of course you have the spread, but you can't just sit and use it every single turn. You have to be very, very decisive about when you use it, because you only get 3 bombs, right? Like I think there's a lot of things you could do to bring them. I personally, and this is probably a hot take for at least some people, I like that it forces people to not just use cage. I really like that there is a fairly cheap option where it's like, yeah, you don't get to cage up, because if you do that, my halflings just never gonna have a chance against your Nurgle team. There's no way. As an example,
we better move on.
Otherwise we're stuck here for the rest of the day.
Talking about bombers, yeah.
Yeah.
or until midnight.
Yeah, that could be a separate 2-hour show, and we would have to limit ourselves to discussing bombers and the impact of game. A vampire with runner and jump up and gaze and bloodlust.
It's still the same.
Yeah.
Still exactly the same. It's a good star player for teams that don't have ball carriers, but the bloodlust failing only causes a turnover now, so it's not as bad. So yeah, and the star player skill is sometimes nice. You bite someone else, but this is mainly on tabletop. Is mainly used by Tomb Kings.
Yeah, I was going to say that's probably my biggest beef with this sort of thing. They at least done a quite clean up towards chaos. But I if it only played for vampire teams, sure I would have no problem with it. But other undead teams, I am a little bit concerned about bringing the vampires into that.
If you're concerned about her, then check Count Luthor.
Yeah, I was looking at
He
him.
got cheaper.
Yeah, but to be fair, he this is also the thing, right? Like a 230k price point. So what can I get instead? I can get a wizard and a cake and some stuff, or I can get a cheaper star player, or what is it
You can
get?
get the shiny, and it's cheaper.
Yeah, Ivan probably also is a good option, right? Like depending on what you're facing, right? This is more of a, let's call it a heck flame replacement.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, for
You pick
vampires.
her for the gaze and the agility.
Yeah. I think, in fairness, undead, other than vampires, will benefit a lot from that, having that extra mobility, that extra agility, and all that sort of thing.
But bloodlust is still a very big negative rate for
Oh,
teams
yeah.
that don't offer bites. So
Yeah,
it balances itself out, I guess.
and that's probably, I think, the problem with Luthor, right? Like, there's no question that he's a beast of a star player in that sense, but one of the key components that used to use him was the hypnotic gaze, and that now being 3+, right? That's a huge loss, and as much as strength 5 but it's also 300k. Like, you get a lot of other stuff for 300k.
It's basically, but it's basically undead grief at this point.
Yeah, I think that's not a completely unfair comparison, and I think both Griff and Count here would suffer the same problem. At least for, if I was to choose them, is if you're down 300k in team value, you have a lot you need to compensate for, and that one star player, I don't think is going to cut it in many cases. There will be cases where they do, no questions asked, but I think there's also going to be a lot of cases where they don't.
This is the kind of star player that you take to a tournament in a min-maxed build.
Yeah. Like, if you design your team,
really...
if there's also a huge difference between how star player works when you design your team around them, or when you have to hire them as a filling the gap between two teams.
Completely different scenarios.
Yes. Yeah. Because if I get to design my team around this becomes much more competitive. But yeah, Deep Root.
And Deep Root comes back from the grave.
So he only plays for Wood Elf now. Is that correct? Understood?
No, they also plays for Halflings and Gnomes because they get access to Woodland League.
Oh. So Woodland League is Wood Elves and Halflings.
It's not that straightforward. It's Wood Elves all the time, and Halflings and Gnomes need to choose which league they're playing with.
Okay.
They cannot have Halfling stars and Woodland stars at the same time now.
Okay.
So, or you when you make the roster, you pick them to be the Woodland Elf Deep Root stars, or you go for the Cindy and the Ram guy kind of stars. You cannot have both now.
Oh God, that's gonna be interesting. That's actually so interesting.
Halflings are kind of the worst instantly team this rule set.
It seems like they just decided to stand around it and all of them kick it from all sides and just go like, you just don't like the halflings, you know.
And the salt in the wood, it's that it was the only old team that was not changed at all. Basically.
Yeah, and I know they got a let's call it an upgrade not so long ago, but it's still not enough to make them even closely competitive.
They got plus passing on the catcher. Huh? That's good. That's 4 with the catchers.
It's going to be game breaking because we often see the halfling catchers lacking the ability to throw decently. Yeah.
And this is what I was talking about. It's a 4+ strong arm bullseye killing machine.
It's
And he can, if he fumbles the throw, the player is safe. It's basically safe pass for throw teammate. So yeah, this is one of those that will break the normal rules of Blood Bowl, basically.
Yeah, I was going to say this is going to be troublesome.
I think it's now that I see it, I think it's a 4+ on a quick pass, a 5+ on a short pass for bullseye. But even so, that's every turn.
Yeah.
You know, and if he fumbles, he doesn't even need to.
No, I was going to say the biggest problem is that you might run out of ammo for like you don't have any more halflings to throw at some point. But beyond that, it's oh damn, man.
And it's still a strength 7/3 that doesn't root.
Yeah, that seems a lot for 280.
And 280 only, yeah.
Also because let's be fair, like especially halflings, right?
Oh yeah, it's block, right? I forgot it's a 3 with block.
Yeah, it's like 7 and blocking. Like it's oh god damn it! Like you're gonna see a lot of these. That's definitely.
I think this is gonna be banned, like banned day 0 for tournaments, or just banned in a few months.
Yeah, I think he's definitely gonna go on the ban list.
It's just fun, you know.
And here's
imagine wood elves with deep root instead of their normal 3. So they're just.
No, but that's sort of the weird stuff, right? Like usually you would have taken like deep root on a wood elf team to soak up attrition because he can soak up and throwing doesn't really figure into it because you don't have anything to throw on a wood elf team. Now he can play. And now it's
what scares me the most is a gnome team with a bunch of lodge, and they have deep root and they have maple and they still have 2 trees.
Oh god damn it!
So you're just battling 4 trees at once and have gnomes with rods that you can't bring down, and yeah,
and being carbon bombed at the same time. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, that should be put on the naughty list definitely. So they got 40k more expensive. The twins here, Dribble and Droll.
The only change is the quick fall, I think.
Yeah.
Which is old sneaky git, 1/3 of a skill. Let's just pad out the devious 3 kind of skill.
But considering like let's be fair, sneaky git got a deserved kick in the balls and been brought down on level, right?
It's dead.
Yeah.
Sneaky git is dead.
Yeah, it still has
multiple levels of bad.
Yeah, not Blood Bowl 3 bad, but yeah, still like I still think it's viable to take, but I just don't think it. Whereas before it was like a godsend skill, like you just would take because
it's now a nice skill to have instead of a skill you would ever pick.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah,
and like if you have it, great. If you're gonna pick a skill, you're never gonna pick sneaky git.
No. But that 40k is definitely going to be felt, and I think this puts them much more into a pricing wise a correct place. you're still getting
Yeah,
two
let's
skinks.
like of all the star player duos, this might be the least egregious ones.
Yeah,
But it's
because
still two movement 8 skink. Well, skinks are already movement 8, right? I
yeah,
forget about that.
yeah, they are.
But yeah, they're pretty inoffensive now.
Yeah,
Especially since Sneaky Kid got nerfed, and they got more expensive. They're not a surefire way to just uh, carpet bomb the other team and foul them out of oblivion.
no.
So
So I think definitely it also makes it a little bit more interesting when you're picking between that, the boa constrictor, and the hanky panky, right? Like it's like there's
they
also
actually
different.
have good alternatives now
Yeah.
for
So,
every.
yeah.
Now I have Eldril, and he got cheaper.
Yeah, he
And
needed
now
to
he
do
can play for Halflings and Gnomes.
Better passing.
because he clearly needed passing skill. I like that he
Yeah,
got cheaper. He was definitely needed. I don't think the 10k difference is really gonna do it. In all fairness,
It's not Woodlands, okay. It's only Elven Kingdoms, okay.
yeah.
I take it that back. He can play. He can only play for elves, okay.
So I think once per half. Okay, yeah, because yeah, okay. So they're trying to compensate from the gaze skill being reduced by giving him it to do it twice, and therefore almost keeping it separate.
Yeah, it's if Elven Union wasn't taken behind the shed, I think it would be a very good star player.
Yeah,
But
I still
apart
think,
from
and
that,
this
it's just
is yeah. I was going to say my biggest problem with when I'm looking at star players for else generally is that they're all also almost all priced at the same sort of price range, meaning that if I can get one, I can get more or less any of them, and I have to pick which one, and that's either that or nothing. I really think that elves should have some like just a
cheaper.
good example here. Fungus Saloons 80k, right? Like, or you could get Varg 200 or something, or you can get the troll for 210, I think it is, right, or something like that. But at least then there's options at different price range. It gives me more versatility. Whereas, like, well, you get a Elven star player around 200k, and that's basically it. That's all your options, which I always felt was a bit of a not enough to make elves not competitive, but it definitely a reduction in their usability because they were so limited on the star player side.
Like when you're like 200 or 300 down with elves, the least of your problems is is your star player ability
Oh, exactly,
availability.
and that's also why I would much rather. I know it doesn't fit with bluff or stuff like that, but I think from a pure like game balancing, maybe cut one movement, maybe cut even two movement, and then reduce his price. Make him or at least then either pick a lane, make him the hypnotic gaze and focus on that, or is he going to be the catcher that does magic for you? Like he's sort of price wise caught between he has a dual role that he doesn't really fit too well into.
Mm-hmm.
He's too
He's an
fragile.
Elven Union catcher with gates.
Yeah, like he has sidestep,
Well,
right? No, he doesn't have his sidestep.
no. He has on the wall. That's the
Uh,
weird thing. Um, yeah, he's still pretty good.
I've the times that I've hired him for the matches that I have used him is purely for his case. That's whenever
Yeah,
I
you take him for gates, nothing
yeah,
else.
and the fact that it's now 3+ with a reroll, I get to do that twice. That's sort of nice, but I would still rather have it on a 2+ and be able to reroll as in the past because you bought him for that modest guarantee one gauge you got out of it. That was why I had him for. Now it's 1 in 9. I get to do twice ish, maybe if he survives long enough. Oh no. I think I'm going to be
He was
using him
more
less.
famous on Blood Bowl 2, though.
Yeah,
I think. Now it's not very used.
no.
Now we got this is the one which is vampires but better, right? The wireless case.
Just, just, 'cause. 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 '
Like the rest doesn't matter. Only the star player skill matters almost.
Yeah. I mean, you're not taking it as a lizard coach,
What
but
the?
maybe
You're taking
as an Amazon coach, you might.
yeah, it's 5 squares away gaze on a 2+.
And
Yeah.
it cannot be activated on the next team. That means that it's going to be days for not just this turn, but the following turn too. Oh my
Yep.
effing god! That
Yep.
that's broken. I don't like. That's just like
That's
your ball
another one
carrier.
that
Oh,
goes
your
straight
ball
into
carrier
the
is now
panic.
distracted and cannot move in the next turn.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Doesn't even need to be.
No,
Oh,
that's
it's turn 7. You wanted to score.
like
Oh
Oops,
wow.
you can't score now on a 2+.
Yeah, that's
you can't even do a handoff. Like the ball is just stuck
Nope.
there.
The ball is just there. You can't score. They have done the same mistake 2 rule sets in a row.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Also, like
It's just
5 squares. That's a huge range.
yep. It can just be behind your team. You don't even have to screen to protect from the other person scoring. It forces the other coach to score on their turn 7. Because if they try to stall till turn 8, they will get gazed and not score at all.
God.
maybe. I guess with the stalling rule, that might not be. Yeah,
The
because
stalling rule can be so like
yeah, it can be
it can
gamed,
be
can't it?
so gamified already.
Yeah,
And people
yeah,
already broke that rule, basically.
yeah.
I hate that rule.
With
Let's
that
not
you
start
can
that
end
discussion.
off every turn and you can end off every turn and it doesn't count as stalling.
Yeah.
Like you can be in range to score, just end off to another elf and you're not stalling.
Or not activate.
No.
No, they've clarified that if you end your turn, it's kind of like you activate all the players. You
Oh,
didn't
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really think what they should have done instead is that they should have said like whenever you're stalling in that context, meaning that you could score at any turn, and if you didn't, you place a marker next to turn to it, and that means that if you don't score the following turn, it will fall to the ground. It would give new players a warning, and it would be. I also hate this thing about like it's rolling a dice, and what's the outcome of this dice? Oh, it's basically game determining, and you're now gambling. That's
it's
it's a
tough.
few
It's
bad
tough
rules.
for Bash, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
tough for Tomb Kings,
And it's an
Dwarfs.
awful
Yeah,
rule for new players. Imagine that you're a new player and you just, I'm gonna go up the pitch and I'm not feeling like scoring now. And the other guy, oh, I just rolled a 4 and it's turn 3, so you lose the ball. And roll armor for your ball carrier. Yeah, fun. Aren't you having fun?
You sound like you stepped away from your mic or have swallowed it or
No,
something.
no.
Much better.
It's just cat activities are disrupting my casting.
Estella is going to be banned. It should definitely be banned.
Yeah, it's the most bad. Like it's Grak and Estella are the most banned, basically.
Like no, just we need to also finish
No,
this at
just
some point.
continue.
But
Just,
yeah, I was going to say
it doesn't matter. No one will play her because it will be banned everywhere, basically. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Fungus Saloon remaining as he was.
Yeah, reliable meme star player can be good in certain matchups.
I think that's sort of also telling in a way because as far as I remember, this is more or less how he's always worked. Like I don't think he's ever been changed, and I think this
I think in Blood Bowl 2 we couldn't reroll because there was no star player skills, but apart from that, it's still.
Oh yeah, but like but that was because he wasn't implemented. It was still his special rule. It was just not implemented, as far as I remember.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also that shows you sometimes when game design is done right that it sort of how to say it can survive time. Like this fair like tweaking small tweaks to star player points and stuff like that. That's sort of fine. But like when you're let's say completely redesigning or stuff like that other places it's yeah. Anyways,
Going to Glart, another nerf to Chaos Chosen because there was a lot of meta of having Chaos Chosen team with Glart. Now he doesn't play for Chaos.
generally, I think there is a huge, let's say, that Skaven has disconnected from Chaos. And that's not just the star player, but there's a lot of the Skaven star players that said, like, we don't play for Chaos anymore. And I think from a game balance point of view, that is really important because it was really horrendous to see basically got to run, substituting and filling in the gaps of especially something like Nurgle or Renegades, right?
Skitter on Chaos.
Yeah, and it's it was obscene because it's all like you can take the star player, then that completely nullifies what is usually the issue for your team. You just need to buy this, and especially also at 150k for the cheap one, right?
I could see you having an underworld team and basically building the team around being able to always get Glart.
Yeah.
You have a gutter runner. You have now the movement 8 blitzer with strip wall. You have all the other like nicks and knacks of underworlds, and now you have Glart, which is strength 4 juggernaut claws that can get frenzy once per game, once per half.
They need the help.
And he has stand firm, so if he surfs someone, it's very hard to surf him back.
Well, on one hand, you're saying like Underworld needs help, right? I can tell for bonus information, and Galentio, you're probably also aware of this, that Underworld just won the arena from last season.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I know the coach, but since he's Portuguese.
Yes, and I lost to him. He's the reason why I didn't go on. So I'll take some small joy in that or sadness. I don't know. But
that arena final was kind of a circus to me. Yeah, no one expected that.
Yeah. No, I think it's also like we talked about. I think this earlier, right? Like Underworld works in such a different way than all the other teams. That's sort of both their strength and their weakness. I don't think they really need that much buffering, and I don't think this like 100%. I think it might be a little bit on the cheap side, but not much, but a little bit on the cheap side. But I don't think it's
considering we'll see later. But considering Ivan got more expensive, it's a pretty big.
Yeah, I think I don't think this is enough to get it banned. I think it's going to be
not enough. Is in the Goldilocks room where it's really good, but not amazing.
No, I don't. It's not game breaking like certain others, not to be mentioned again. Star players.
It's the kind of player where you're playing Underworld, you go against orcs, you remove both of their big guns and watch them write an angry email to Games Workshop.
Yeah, because orcs need to beat everything every time. There's no exceptions.
Yeah.